inform you that this press conference is being live streamed on all social media platforms of PIB. Before we begin, a brief intro of our directors. Uh, Guillermo Rocamora is the director for the film Family Album. He's a feature film and advertising producer, director, and screenwriter. His short film Buen Viaje in 2008 competed at the Cannes Film Festival. His debut feature Solo 2013 premiered at Miami to win the Best First Film Award, and now he joins us today with his film Family Album, which is also part of the international premiere. Congratulations, sir, and welcome.
Thank you very much. Very
Yeah.
happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks. Chelsea, if we can just play his trailer, we'll play the trailer of the film Family Album. That seems like a very interesting trailer.
Thank you very much.
Moving on, we have with us director of the film Fisherman's Daughter, Edgar de Luque Jacome. His short film Sin Regreso 2007 was in the festivals at Biarritz and Santiago. He mastered in communications at the Universidad del Norte and was assistant director in Ruido Rosa 2014 and Ella 2015. He has won the FDC's screenwriting stimulus with three of his screenplays. He was a professor at Universidad del Magdalena for 7 years. He joins us today with his film, The Fisherman's Daughter, which is his debut feature and part of the Asia premiere. Once again, congratulations and welcome, sir. Chelsea, if you could have the trailer, please, for The Fisherman's Daughter. Goa field as well. But yeah, an interesting thing about both the directors, they're both from is from Uruguay, and Edgar sir is from Colombia. I would like the both of you, if you could tell us a bit about yourself, your experience here, and about your film. We can start.
Should I
with,
start?
Yeah, please.
Well, the first movie I worked on in Uruguay was in 2002. It was called Whiskey. I was the PA, and in that project, I realized that I want to be a director. I want to write stories to tell by the cinema. So it's the starting point for me to decide to be a cinema director. It was a very important moment for me. This is my third feature film. I did a solo and I did a documentary, and I'm very happy with this movie. It tells a family story. It's about my family. It's an experience that we have in my family. When my brother was 16, my parents get divorced, and my brother has the brilliant idea to invite my father to play drums in his band. So this is the genesis of this project, this experience, and there's a story that was with me many years. And now we finished the movie. I'm very happy to share the movie here and in the theaters in general. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Edgar, if you may, please.
Hello, hello. Well, I get into film because I start to study in my village, in my town, Santa Marta, in a public university. Because I was so bad in mathematics, and I swear to myself, I'm not gonna study anything about mathematics, and so film studies could be good, but I thought that make a movie and feature movie was impossible. I get into because documentary. The movie was something that it's reachable for me. When I was studying, I start to learn a script writing, and I like it. Everybody say, "No, you're good writing." Maybe. So I start to get into the fiction, but the first time I thought it was impossible. A person like me to make a movie, but it's my first field right there.
Right. Yeah. So the floor is now open for questions. If there's anyone who'd like to ask any question. All right, I'll begin with a question for Guillermo. So, I'm also a fan of rock music. Okay, like grown up listening to Nirvana, and you have like Metallica and things like that. So we see a lot of craze for music, such as there's a lot coming off of like hip hop, and R&B has taken, like rap. I mean, you have that, and pop music has taken a lot of space now in the music industry. And how do you think, like, your film centers around the genre of music is rock primarily? So how important do you think is the role of music in films like this? Like, can you please tell us about that?
For me, the music in this movie is like another character of the movie. It's we did a strong work with two YM musicians to pick up each song, because the script brings a need that it's the band of the father and the band of the son. It has to have some contact point, so the son should admire a little bit the father's music, and in the band of the son, the father should have a place. Otherwise, we couldn't tell the story to invite the son inviting the father, no. So that's the main difficult, but create these two universe and make them with some contact points. Also, there's other many songs in the movie where they play in a birthday party, and they play in a bar and the rehearsal. So we select many of them, and it's for me music in this movie. It's helps me to put in a scene the themes, the subjects I wanna treat. It's like it's a vehicle to tell the story.
Mhm.
The music.
Interestingly put,
Thank
you've said that it's another character in itself. That's very interesting. Edgar, sir, your film is about a relationship between a fisherman and his estranged daughter, trans daughter. We know that emotions is very pivotal to any film. They play a very important role, and of course, that is how it is conveyed. What was your approach in making this film? Like,
Well, fishermen in Santa Marta, they were replaced from these beaches, the places where they used to fish. They were replaced because of tourism, because of ports, buildings, and in the trans community was replaced too from the tourism part of the city because they don't fit with a tourism um, paisaje, like
Yes, landscape.
landscape, touristic landscapes. So, and it comes because my grandfathers, they were fishermen and they were replaced for the beach they used to grow up. And they were always talking about when they used to be close to the ocean and all those. They always talking about that like big nostalgia for them. And so I took the fisherman and the trans community. All of two were replaced from the city. They were like pariahs. So was the idea to link these two communities in one story. That's where the fisherman daughter come from because our main character he's a fisherman, but he fish grouper, without nothing, just diving and get the grouper. And he's the only one, the only fisherman that has no left his vision, an island. Stay in the island. Is the only one. He want to stay there because he can not be a fisherman. Just like her daughter. Her daughter cannot be a trans woman. So they put I put the daughter in the island, and they had to live together. Because they're trapped in the island, like trapped in the ocean. So it's about second chances. It's a story about the second chances. It's a story about we do whatever we have to do to be like we want to be. Yes.
all right. So, interestingly, both of you have mentioned that there are some personal experiences that have inspired you in making this film. For you, it's your grandfather. For you, it's your parents. So, would you say that kind of helps in does contribute to writing a film or making a film? Personal
For,
experience.
for me, in my case, it's yes, it's healthy because is an ambient, is a universe that you know very well.
Right.
So it's helped you to build that universe. In this case, I know very well those characters. I mean, so that's what helped me to build a strong university and a strong characters. I think it helps. Also, when you wrote a movie that is not about you, or the ambient you don't know, you need to do research because as much as you know about the ambient of the character of the universe, I think the movie is gonna be better.
Well, for me, I guess more like a beginning. It's a start, but I like to take inspiration or to rub something for different ways. My characters are not focused only in a person. My grandfather, no, I took influence for everything. Like I'm a woman, a teacher. I try to see if there is something that I like about a person, I like about situation, and I think it could be can fit on my character or my script. I just took it.
Right. All right. Also, the both of you, I mean, this is a question for both directors again. Both your films centers around some about family ties, relationships, you know, the challenges, things like that. So, would you say that, you know, what is it that you hope that audiences will, their key takeaways from films such as yours? What do you expect out of this film? Like, what are your expectations with films like this?
For me, the audience, what I like to think or to share after the screen is like it's to bring them the opportunity to talk into the family and to find the ways to chat both about what the characters been through, because I think what Manuel, the main character, go through, that is trying to see if he could be a musician or not. It's something that many young people confront in one moment. No, you need to choose very young what you're gonna do, what you're gonna study, what you're gonna be in your life, and the parents are very insecure about that because they want you to have a good life and to have best chances. So art sometimes is difficult to choose, no? And in the other hand, the father is like reborning after the divorce. He's living a second chance. He's trying to get back on music, get back on his young life. And there's also something that many plus 40 people go through. And I think it's a good thing for parents and for children to meet there in the middle, to see how the other one is going through these difficult moments and how they could share some stuff. They share the music, but you can share a conversation. You can. I think the movie, I hope so, could give some tools to the parents to understand the children and the children to understand the parents in that moment. You know, in some crucial moments of life. I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it was an exercise of about difference. How we, the human beings, in the surface, we are so different, but through this difference, we can find something in common. That for me was what I was trying to do, because first we got fishermen that are very masculinity, very machista, very macho man way of life, and we got the trans woman, the trans community, and I put it onto an island. But through the movie, what we see is that the fishermen and the trans, they got a lot of things in common, and this is their identity. They do whatever they have to do to keep the identity. So this the father, he never left the island. He keep as a fisherman till the end, and her daughter, she left the island in order to become a woman, but she returned as a woman, and she stays a woman with his father. So that is about.
All right. And Gus, a question for you would be, how much of research and time did you take in making this film? Because you're talking about like the trans community as well. So I'm sure there was a lot of research that you've done with this. So like, can you tell us more about that as well?
Well, the thing is that I made a documentary when I was in the university with the trans community. So I spent a lot of time with them. So I could be how they live, how they think about the things. You know, it was a very human approach to these people, no? And I understood a lot of things. That's something nice about film, that it's an excuse to be in touch with another human that is not for the film. It would be impossible. So it changed my mind. And one thing is that I have the opportunity to see how the trans live with their family. It's something that is not common. So I see that the trans take care so much for their family. Don't even if they try good or bad, they always take care. So this I put it in the film. It wasn't in the first time, it wasn't in the film, but when made the shirt, the research, I know that is a characteristic of the trans woman.
All right. Guillermo, so if you could tell us a little bit about, since the movie has some personal experiences, you've drawn some inspiration out of that. How does one draw a line between how much of your personal life would you like to share in the, big screen? How much of that, and how do you draw a line?
Yes, no, for me it was very natural. In my family, we talk about everything through the years. My parents get divorced when I was 12, so I'm 42 now. So, and what I took from my personal story is like this situation about a father and the two sons having a music band in the middle of the divorce. That's what I get. After that, it's all fiction, what I did. But this character that I knew very well, and this logline about it's the beginning for me, to a strong beginning to start writing, to start creation fiction.
All right. All right. Can you tell us a little bit about your technique of directing, the films, and how do you make your characters more believable, things like that?
For me, I love to work with actors, and I trust them a lot. So it was a very good job together to build up the strong characters. We don't want to make too simple. We want deep characters, and we work on that. So the all my characters in the movie, they go through things that they are important for them. It's kind of family comedy, comedy drama, but the characters are deep, and they are all related because of the love they have each other. And this is a thing that I work hard with the actors, because the actors they put the body to the characters, and it's very important what they feel when they are acting, and they really want to make strong characters, and so that's a tool that I took, and I work with them a lot.
Right. Edgar, so what about
But
you?
this was my first film, so I don't have so much.
So how was your experience?
So much experience, but well, I think I made a lot of mistakes, to be honest, and when I think that when I realized all the mistakes that I could make, I start to see, well, maybe this way, because that doesn't work. So I start to talk a lot with the character. I use the script, and I say, no, it's not working with the script. So what I did is that I practice a lot of I practice about the universe of the story, not the story, but the universe. So for example, I start working with the character with the first time when she left the island, the relation with the woman, but there is no with the mother, but there is no a mother in the movie. And I start to working that, and when we were in the filming, it just tell about how is the scene about, what is the scene about, and they just performance. But I like to be so I like to work with the script. For me, the script is not like I always with the script. So the dialogue, I try to be like in the script, but in their own words. I don't try to impose the dialogue, but the sense is the same. It is still there.
All right, whether mistakes or not, I think you have joined us at IFFI with your first film. I think that in itself speaks volumes, so thank you. All right, so we've come to the end of this press conference. I'll thank you for the media friends, and thank you, sirs, for joining us. We will have another press conference starting immediately for the films Bosnian Pot and Fest Summer 55. My colleague Poshali Das will take over. So I request our media friends to please stay behind for this press conference, the next two press con. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.